Every story you hear leaves a lesson behind. This is Story Times. Title: A Dream Bigger Than Fear. There was a time in my life when fear spoke louder than hope. It whispered every doubt, magnified every failure, and reminded me daily of everything that could go wrong. Fear was loud in the morning and even louder at night. It sat beside me when I was alone and followed me into rooms full of people. And for a long time, I listened to it. I had a dream, one that felt too big for the body I was living in. A dream that made my heart race whenever I thought about it. A dream that scared me, not because it was impossible, but because it was possible. Because if I failed, I would have no excuse left. If I tried and didn't make it, I couldn't say I never had a chance. So I stayed safe. I stayed quiet. I stayed where people expected me to stay. On the outside, I smiled. I laughed. I blended in. But inside, something was breaking. You see, the most painful thing isn't failure. It's knowing you're capable of more and choosing comfort instead. It's waking up every day knowing your potential is begging for attention, but fear keeps telling you, not today. I remember nights when I stared at the ceiling, replaying my life like a movie paused halfway through. I hadn't failed, but I hadn't lived either. And the scariest question kept returning. What if this is it? What if I die with this dream still trapped inside me? That question hurt more than fear ever did. People around me didn't help much, though most of them meant well. They said things like, be realistic, don't aim too high. People like us don't do things like that. And slowly, without realizing it, I started shrinking my dream to fit their comfort. I made my dream quieter so it wouldn't disturb anyone, smaller so it wouldn't scare me, safer so I wouldn't fail publicly. But dreams don't die quietly. They ache. They haunt. They return when you least expect them. One day, I watched someone else live the life I wanted. Someone with no special advantage, no magic connections, just courage. And instead of feeling inspired, I felt angry at myself. Because deep down, I knew the truth. The only thing standing between me and my dream was fear. Fear of being laughed at. Fear of disappointing people. Fear of starting late. Fear of not being good enough. And then something changed. I realized fear would always be there, waiting, not to stop me, but to test how badly I wanted it. That's when it hit me. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a checkpoint. Every dream worth chasing comes with fear attached. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's probably too small. Fear shows up not because you're weak, but because what you want matters. So I made a decision, not to stop being afraid, but to stop obeying fear. I didn't suddenly become confident. I didn't wake up fearless. I was still shaking, but this time, I moved anyway. I took the first step while my hands were trembling. I spoke when my voice wanted to hide. I tried when my mind screamed, "You're not ready." And guess what? I wasn't ready. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't even sure. But I was brave enough to begin. Some days were hard. Some days I failed. Some days fear won again. But something beautiful happened. I kept going. I learned that courage isn't loud. It doesn't always feel powerful. Sometimes courage looks like showing up tired. Sometimes it looks like trying again after embarrassment. Sometimes it's choosing progress over pride. And slowly, fear lost its grip. Not because it disappeared, but because my dream grew bigger. The more I worked on my dream, the louder my purpose became. And when purpose speaks, fear has to whisper. I started realizing that fear was never trying to destroy me. It was trying to protect me from discomfort. But growth lives in discomfort. I stopped asking, what if I fail? And started asking, what if I succeed? What if I inspire someone like me? What if my story gives someone courage? What if this dream wasn't just for me? That thought changed everything. Because when your dream becomes bigger than you, fear no longer has control. When your dream is tied to impact, to meaning, to purpose, fear becomes irrelevant. Today, I still get afraid, but I don't let fear decide my future. I've learned that fear fades when faced repeatedly. The first step is terrifying. The second is uncomfortable. The third is manageable. And before you know it, what once scared you becomes your strength. If you're listening to this right now, and there's a dream inside you that you've been avoiding, this is your sign. That dream wasn't placed in your heart by accident. It wasn't meant to torture you. It was meant to transform you. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for permission. Stop shrinking yourself to fit spaces you've outgrown. Fear will always ask, what if you fail? But your dream is asking, what if you don't try? Choose the dream. Choose the risk. Choose the version of yourself who tried, even if they were scared. Because at the end of your life, you won't regret the fear you faced. You'll regret the dreams you let fear steal. Let your dream be bigger than your fear. And take the step today.
Thank you for spending this moment with Story Times. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more meaningful stories. Until next time, remember, every story teaches a lesson,